Hey folks, thanks for being with us. This week we're at Andersonville National Historic Site in southeast Georgia. So we're going to go up here and take a look at it. It was an old Confederate prison where they housed the Union soldiers captured during the Civil War, and also a national cemetery. So we'll take a look at that. But first thing we're going to do is go see the visitor center and go and check that out and watch a little movie and learn a little more about this park. So just one thing to note, if you're coming here, you have to be coming here because it's pretty much in the middle of nowhere, and that's how the Confederates wanted it. So it wasn't easy to get to, so Union troops could free the prisoners. But there's a sad story about this place, but y'all come along with us and we'll check it out. Here we go. Alright, we made it to the visitor center. We're going to go in here and check it out, see if it has some information. Probably has a little short movie, and we'll check that out and learn more about this Andersonville Cemetery and National Historic Site. Alright, here we are getting our cancellation stamp at the Andersonville National Historic Site. So, checking another one off the list. Alright, we're going to take a walk around the National Prisoner of War Museum here in Andersonville. So y'all come go along with us. Alright, as we stand outside the part of the reconstructed stockade wall, you can see some of the devices that held the prisoner. And if I can stay out of the sun, I'll show you the guard tower. Now, Andersonville started out as 16 acres with 6,000 Union soldier captives, prisoners of war. But by the time the war ended in 1865, it had expanded to 26.5 acres and housed more than 45,000 Union POWs. And out of that 45,000, 13,000 end up dying here. Alright, inside the stockade, prisoners had to try to make any kind of shelter they could with what they had to work with. As you can see along this somewhat of a wall, it's just an outer perimeter between there and the stockade wall. If a prisoner was caught in that area, they would be shot. It's called the dead zone. Alright, as we learn from the interpretive sign, the shelters that the prisoners made were called shebangs. I'm sure most of us have heard that phrase before, the whole shebang. Not sure if this is where it comes from or not, but it would make sense. Somehow or another they used it from there. Alright, these earthworks were built for defenses. They had cannons staged behind them to guard the prison. Alright, there was one creek that ran through the middle of this prison camp, and it had gotten real nasty and just wasn't fit to drink the water out of, and that's how a lot of the prisoners died. Was, you know, they got diseases and dysentery and just all kinds of bad things from trying to drink what little bit of water they could scrape up out of this little creek that flowed through the middle of the camp. But there was one year that it was a bad thunderstorm came up, and lightning struck the ground here at Andersonville, and actually produced a spring for them that produced the clear water that come up out of the ground. We're going to walk down here and take a look at this spring, so here we go. This is the north gate of the prison, right here by Providence Spring. I don't know if you can see the white post all around, but that was actually the expansion of the prisoner of war camp here in Andersonville. Well, looky here. Venomous snakes in the area. That is my kind of sign. Alright, we made it to the National Cemetery where a lot of the prisoners of war here at Andersonville were buried. And just a little side note that a former prisoner, and Claire Barton, who's famous for starting the Red Cross, actually wrote down the names of all those deceased and then came back and placed markers here in the cemetery. This place is awesome. And to date, there's over 21,000 servicemen and women from all wars that have been buried here. And the park ranger told us that they had anywhere from 3 to 15 funerals a week. People requesting to be buried here. So if you get a chance, come visit Andersonville. See where the Confederate prison was that housed the Union soldiers. And then come see this National Cemetery.